Continuing our conversation with Long Beach City Auditor Laura Dowd. Laura, you also did an audit of the Museum of Art, both for inventory and with regard to their capital campaign. What were your conclusions there?
Well, thank you. Our purpose in the capital campaign audit was there was a $3 million bond payment coming due to the city. We wanted to ensure that, first of all, did they have the money to pay it back? And two, if not, did they have a plan in place to pay the city back? What we found was that they didn't have the money to pay it back, and in addition, they didn't have a plan as well. So our recommendation was to come up with a plan on how they were going to pay the city for this $3 million bond payment.
This was an audit that was done last year, over a year in advance of when that $3 million was actually due.
Exactly, right, yes.
And as part of the review, you examined the documents relevant to the capital campaign. As some of our regular viewers may know, at the very last minute, the museum came to the conclusion that they did not legally owe the entire $3 million, but they only owed, according to the contracts, what they actually raised, which was about $165,000. Of course, earlier, the museum had gotten into trouble because they had improperly diverted money that was raised for the capital campaign to pay operating expenses. That was over $1.5 million, which is another issue. But did you come across those documents that would indicate that the museum legally did not owe the $3 million, but only in fact owed what they raised?
Yes, we did review those documents, but I want to go back to your one point about the fact that they did raise the money. They did raise the money, and they did commingle that money, that capital money, with operational money. And I've learned in Accounting 101 that you just don't do that. So I would also like to state that the night they came to council requesting the city issue the bond on their behalf, they all testified that it was their intent to always pay the money back, that this money is due to the city, and that the taxpayers wouldn't have to pay.
Well, there's no question there's a moral obligation, and it was a big shock to many, particularly the mayor, when at the very last minute the museum said, no, we only owe $165,000, and he zeroed them out on the budget. The council restored $149,000. But anyway, okay, so you did review the museum and came to the conclusion that they did not have a plan to repay, and it turns out they were unable to repay the $3 million.
Right.
Let's turn to the wetlands. Much in the news. Still, the deal is pending because of some recent discoveries of environmental concerns and enforcement action by the EPA. But you did what I thought was a very useful cost-benefit analysis of the wetlands deal. And even though you were not given a lot of time to present that, well, actually, you first did a document, and then the night of the debate, we're not given a lot of time. But tell us your participation in the wetlands deal.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I just make one last comment on the museum briefly? They are now working on a plan to pay back the city, and I just would like to say that this is a beautiful museum in a very beautiful place in Long Beach. I think we all really need to work together to make this museum thrive, to make it work, to help it to be just the beautiful asset that it is here in Long Beach.
I'd like to thoroughly second that, and it is a wonderful asset, and a lot of people have worked very hard to make it successful, and it is a great asset to the city.
Thank you very much. And as part of the wetlands deal, it was a cost-benefit analysis that we performed. You know, the bottom line is we wanted to make sure that you know, whether this was a fair deal for the city, this land swap exchange. But it was very difficult to determine whether or not this was a fair deal when the owners wouldn't allow us to do a delineation study or an appraisal, and to try to really get a feel for the value of that property, so we could make a reliable comparison or a complete comparison with the property that we were planning on giving up. So the public service yard had been estimated at about $8 million, and there was a 2003 appraisal that had been done of the property that we were to get. And according to our analysis, the best that we could come up with was a range a low range of about 1.5 million and a high range of about $5 million. So it was still coming up short. And so there's that one issue, it's coming up short. Two, there's going to be costs involved. If you're going to move your public service yard, that now you need to find a new place for your public service yard. The city, I believe, was going to consolidate it with gas and oil and construct a new building. They estimated it about $5 million. There would be the cost of renting a location for the public service yard until the new building could be met or could be built, and then there would be relocation costs, and there's remediation costs, and there's all these costs associated with it. And so we were trying to be as transparent as possible to the public with all the costs that this would cost the taxpayers in exchange for this. So the bottom line, it was a policy decision by the council, but our role in this was to bring all of the information that we had forward to the public so they would be informed and the council would be informed and that they could make the best decision that they felt for Long Beach.
Well, I thought you played a very useful role in summarizing the numbers you just referred to, as well as other risk factors associated with the deal. It's not your decision to make, it's the council's decision to make, but it's your job to give them the information and the public the information to make an informed choice. So we will be continuing with more of Straight Talk after these messages.